Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today because I'm at Pelican Hill, the resort. And let's start your morning off. It's such a beautiful spot here in Newport Coast. This is what separates Corona del Mar and Laguna Beach. It's this beautiful golf resort. And it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. But today we're going to talk about the fact that cash is not trash anymore. And we're going to get into that and cover that and so many other things this morning for you. Before I do, please take a second, please hit the like button, please subscribe to the channel. And also today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. And I will talk about them a little bit later. But let's get into it. Ray Dalio, former chief investment officer for the world's largest hedge fund, in May of last year said cash is trash. You don't want to have any investment cash. You want to have it in investments that are going to pay you back. There's a great story that I found about this that you can read. But now Mr. Dalio has completely changed his tune and done a 180, which I really want everybody's input on if you think that this is good or bad or whatever. But Ray is saying, wait a second, with these high interest rates, everybody needs to be cash rich right now. And the companies that are cash rich right now are going to do much better than the people that have no money right now. And that you need to have your investments liquidated and put them into cash right now because of the high interest rates. Which again, guys, is an absolute about face. The one and only Greg Manarino, he lost it with this, to say the least. And you know what? Another thing, speaking of Greg Manarino, Michael Burry issued a tweet, which I love Michael Burry. I just wish he would just put his foot down and keep a position, because he did a one-word tweet that said sell to everybody. Sell, get rid of it all. And we were supposed to unload and be done with it, and that's what Michael Burry said. And Greg said, wait a second, I think you're wrong. And I'd love to have Michael Burry on the show. And Michael Burry took a bunch of heat for this in the last couple days. And now Greg's like, hey, let's have Michael on the show. I'm telling you, those two cats together, I'd love to moderate that first of all, but that'd be the greatest video ever right now when it came to stock market predictions. And I know Greg Manarino very well now, and his expertise is up there with the best of everybody right now. And like he says, eventually one day we're all going to be right. We're all going to say that this massive crash is going to be here. But with that being said, when's it going to happen? So once again, Michael Burry, his Twitter account, gone now again. Not he took down the tweet. The Twitter account is down again, which I completely get a kick out of. So what do you guys think about the cash position right now? I love silver. I love gold. I love the mining stocks. You guys all know that. I just think that, physical metals are going to be a great hedge in the future for all of us. But I also think that people need to look at things that are going to be safe for them. Because right now, when you see the debt explosion and you see interest rates go up 1/4 of a point like this, and people can say, oh, it's no big deal. It's a huge deal, because you're seeing this is going to affect each and every single person when it comes to the money that they spend on interest for anything. Here's the one thing that's happening right now in the real world, and the real world of people that are affected, the average person that's out borrowing money right now. They are so upside down right now and using credit in the wrong way, in the sense that they're using it to pay their bills and not to purchase things and pay things off. They're just doing that. There's a Coliseum restaurant right there, so I'm not going to walk up to the valet. I'm just going to go this direction. But credit right now, you're going to see something happen. A lot of people are getting offered credit right now, and this is going to dry up. It's not going to continue, and you're going to see more and more people that are going to cut credit lines off. And the problem with this is that people are going to be at the top of the Jenga game, and they're going to pull the credit away, and the thing's going to collapse. You're going to see people that, let's just use $10,000. They have a $10,000 credit card, and we hit the max. Don't worry, honey, we'll pay it off this month. And then they lower it to $8,000. You got to pay $2,000 before you can use that card again. And it's funny, I was talking to 2 banks today about this, and about people that want credit lines raised. They're getting more phone calls than ever. Hey, listen, you paying my bill on time? Can you raise my credit limit? And I said, well, do they get a lot? She said, no, they get, basically $500 added to their credit line, but it's not a good thing because we'll freeze the account then for a year before they can get a new credit line increase. So if we offered it to them, they would get the maximum amount of credit. So absolutely fascinating right now. The California snowpack here in California. We've had so much rain here, guys, that the snowpack is at a 4-decade high, okay? Right now, if we don't get another drop of rain, our snowpack is like April of this year, but 4 times over, okay? So it's 4 decades over what we normally have, which is crazy, but here's the worst part. The municipalities, all the water companies, everybody is saying, oh, hey, we're going to continue to raise your water rates. This is so screwed up and so wrong when it comes to all of this that people are experiencing when it comes to their gas bill, their electric bill, everything right now. Water bill, everything's going up. Now we're seeing homeowner associations. People are starting to freak out because here's something you can't control. The trolls that work in your association. Now, I was the president of my association at one point, and I could tell you guys stories for hours about how bad people are and how awful they are. But with that being said, these people that are on some of these boards, all they want to do is give people a hard time and spend your money. You're starting to see 30 and 40% increases on homeowner associations. Okay? Not because they're fixing anything, just because, things are going up in price. Paint costs more, expenses are more, and that's outrageous. So you have to look at stuff like this when you move into a new track. So the Coliseum and the pool are that way. The whole thing about the weather and the snowpack brought up to this point. I am shocked at how many degenerates are out there. What I mean by that is like degenerate gamblers. I really think it's one thing to go bet a football game. Okay, enjoy. Bet baseball, go to the racetrack. When I was a kid, my dad used to take me. It was fabulous. I had learned a lot from it and how to do it, and it was just, I had many good times doing that. But there are people that push it to an extreme. You can now bet, listen to this, on the weather. There are degenerate gamblers out there betting on the weather, betting on when it's going to snow, how much snow, temperatures in cities, everything. I mean, where do you draw the line? Where do you sit there and go, hey, loon? Because that's crazy, guys. That is Looneyville if somebody is out there and they are betting on the weather. So share your thoughts on that stuff, guys. The story's below too, so it's not like Dan just made that up. But let me know what you guys are thinking about all this stuff, because I'm always amazed at all this stuff that is happening around us. What do you think about Ray Dalio? What do you think about Michael Burry sell? Greg Manorino thinks that the stock market is headed much higher because we're seeing a phenomenon where the Fed is buying everything again, and they're not stopping, and they're lying to us about that. And the Fed, they're just printing money and buying things right off the trading desk. So let me know what you guys think about this. This place is just absolutely, it really is just unbelievable. Let me show you this to you. So, beautiful golf course, okay? To play golf here, it's $500 a round, okay? Are you a member, sir? Are you? No, but I meet your mom here a lot. Remember that. Okay? A lot more to cover, guys. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. The Wall Street Journal just issued a warning and said, what are you going to do? Just sit there? Or are you going to do something to protect yourself and hedge yourself against what's coming? What you need to do is you need to get yourself an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals right now from the Patriot Gold Group. They're the #1 in customer service and consumer affairs for over 6 years now. All you need to do is call 888-330-1431 and get a free investor guide. When was the last time you guys looked at your 401k? When was the last time you said, oh, hey, I'm doing great. My investments are really good. Everything is down right now. You can do something about that. You can do something about it before it's too late, and you can get yourself into a safe haven asset like precious metals. Look at an IRA, a 401k that's backed by physical metals from Patriot Gold Group. If you already have an IRA, a 401k, it's not too late, guys. They can even help you transfer it over without any tax liability. But do it today before it's too late. Call them, get some free information, 888-330-1431 today. Most people don't want to admit that they're having money trouble. Just embarrassed about it. They want to keep it quiet. They want to keep the illusion that everything's great and that they're cool guys and cool gals, and they don't have a care in the world. The problem with it right now is you are seeing more people than ever hit their 401k over a hardship. Hey, something, I need surgery. Hey, I need this. Hey, I need that, to try to get money out of the 401k early. And yeah, they're going to pay penalties for this stuff, but they're seeing it absolutely run up, like never before right now. People need to look at their debt. People need to look at the way that they run their household. Now, I understand that with the energy bills and all the crazy stuff that gets sent to me about how electric bills and gas bills, and yes, the majority of the country is not living in 70-degree weather right now, but it is crazy that people are paying all this money to heat their homes right now. I am floored by the increases right now. Southern California Gas Company just reached out and said, hey, there should be a 67% reduction. When? Why don't you do it today? But these den of thieves talking about how everything was off and we had colder weather than normal, and yeah, it got into the 40s last night, okay. But still, it doesn't justify all these extra costs right now that people are seeing. And the restaurants, you're going to see people between now and springtime that will not make it. With all of the bankruptcies and how people are overextended right now, this cannot last forever. You've got to, get to your destination. And I had a lawyer once tell me this in the 90s about, with litigation and the litigation expense and me wanting to sue somebody at the time, and how, what you need? You need to make sure you have enough gas to get across country. And you need to plan for that. And, don't worry, we'll figure it out. Don't worry, I'll make more money. And nobody does that. Nobody wants to sit down and put pen to paper and say, oh, wait a second, we are out of business. And look at everything right now. Look at your suppliers. Look at where, what they're doing. I have told people so many times to talk to everybody in the industry that they do business with. Yeah, these suppliers and these material companies, I'm just a fringe person to them. Yeah, but you need to have these relationships good, because I'm telling you, you're going to see distributors, you're going to see big companies go out of business that you've never seen go out of business before. That's going to happen. People are just overextended to the moon right now. That's a bad thing. Think about this. 40% of all millennials have had their parents pay one bill for them in the last few months. That's crazy, guys. At least one bill in the last 4 months. People are broke. Kids are broke. These kids today don't pay for anything. They don't have any accountability. And then they live at their parents' houses right now. So, I talked to a lot of people about my last video where I mentioned about the people living with mom and dad 2 videos ago about that. And, I'm not ripping on these people. I'm just saying there was a drive. There was a drive to get out of mom and dad's house immediately when I was a kid. There was a drive to get my own car when I was 16 years old and got my driver's license, so I didn't have to be at the house. So I could go out with girls. I could go out and do whatever I wanted to do with my friends. There's value in that. Some of these people today, I don't want to do that. See that island out there, guys? That's Catalina out there. It's 26 miles away. It's got a nice city called Avalon. It's kind of an old beach town. Bars and, restaurants and things like that. Cottages that you can rent and things like that. You can take boats across there. You can take the helicopter over there too. That's just really cool. But on a really clear day, it's really, really crisp and clear, but it's not bad looking at it right now. People need to do the math in their own life and save as much money as possible. Talking to all these foreclosure experts right now, this is them getting ready. This is the preseason right now. This is them getting themselves in shape, working out, stretching, and lifting weights, and just getting ready for, game day. And when it happens, all hell is going to break loose, because these guys are convinced that the banks and the government and everything that the Biden administration has done to make it so that you don't have to pay anything, they've extended all these people to the bitter end. And once that breaks, all hell is going to break loose, guys. It's going to be a different world for everybody when it comes to the foreclosures. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I've had people help me out in my lifetime before. Absolutely, we all have. The point is that at a certain point, you got to get away from that. You got to get on your own and go do things to where you're not, living on your parents'. I was going to say a word, but I can't anymore in here. On mama. You know what I mean? So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Okay? When it comes to business finances, I get a kick out of how everything is something new right now. Everything has a new definition. Think about this. Facebook, Meta, has had 3 quarters of down earnings. Three quarters. And with the 3 quarters of down earnings, they have let go of 11,000 people. Okay? Just an absolute, just a barrage that they've taken of financial hits. Well, the stock yesterday was up 35% in a day. 35% in one day. And they say that this is the year of efficiency right now for them. Is that crazy? So, year of efficiency. Think about this. If you went through this in your own house, you wouldn't have a year of efficiency, to say the least. Okay? It would be the year of inefficiency. And you'd be called an idiot, an adult, and a financial, miscreant. Okay? I could make up a lot of names. But think about that, So now we're supposed to be told how great everything is right now. It's nuts, guys. It's absolutely too much. Now, here's the one thing that's fascinating about Elon Musk right now that you really have to look at, and that is that, think about this. Twitter is now going to have a payment platform that's going to rival PayPal, because the idiots at PayPal, they went out and put in all these different clauses that they could shut you down if you like daffodils or whatever, and they could, close your account. Truist Bank, that was my favorite, where they said if you were discourteous, they could close your account. Who? To discourteous to your clients? Discourteous to your mom? Discourteous to Truist Bank? Think about that, guys. It's nuts. Look at this. Business bitching. It's just so nice out here. It's really beautiful. This is what a $500 round of golf gets you. Okay. So Elon Musk is going to have a payment platform that's going to be open for everybody. Let me now refresh everybody's memory. Elon Musk was part of this thing called the PayPal Mafia. Oh, yeah, he was there when they started it. Yeah, he got $1 billion buyout when they sold, and went out and squandered the money and started this thing called Tesla, and now he's doing that SpaceX thing, and I get a kick out of Elon Musk because I found a great little snippet video over on TikTok where he was talking about, hey, wait a second, all the media is telling me how I spent and lost $186 billion, and that's not true. I'm investing in AI. Think about this. Chat GPT is a real thing. This is something that you can generate websites from, you can generate blog posts from, you can ask it questions, it can help develop business plans. It is going to put a lot of marketing people and a lot of business people and a lot of white collar people out of business. Isn't this cool? Just an epic spot. It's going to put them out of business. Now, a story I did a couple days ago talking about how the guy that developed Gmail said that Google will be out of business inside of 2 years as a result of this. And I thought, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of one of those nutty, tech things. Well, Sergey Brin from Google, he's back at Google, guys, working. He wrote code a week ago and logged in to register for his first code in years to work on new code for the company, and it's an AI program. They are totally worried about this. This is a real thing, guys, but that's a good thing. It's going to spur more innovation. This fat cat living in New Zealand and spending his billions of dollars, you can't blame a guy for retiring, but nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to be made fun of. Nobody wants to be the, remember when he used to be? People hate that, especially these, tech guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because I think that the AI thing is absolutely going to be around more than ever. But what it's going to do is it's really going to put people out of business. It's going to take the need for certain copywriters. I was at a show last week where they're like, hey, we want to write your blog posts, and we want to take your videos and write blog posts for $200 a piece. And we've got a minimum of $30 a month. By the way, that's $6,000 a month. And no, okay, I could hire an employee to write for that, for a lot less than that. But anyways, ChatGPT will get rid of things like that. Companies like that will be out of business before you know it. So share your thoughts on that. And next thing is, just like we predicted, we raised our interest rates 1/4 point. The Bank of England, not to be outdone, raised it 1/2 point. But the pound, the British pound, took a killing with that. And the one thing that I get a kick out of is when you talk to the real people of England, even the real people of this country, they are sick of being told that, hey, we're in disinflation now. Things are starting to go down in price. No, they're not. Eggs are up 60%. Meat is up 20%. Fuel is still up. And they predict the fuel is going to go up even more right now. The average person cannot budget right now because they cannot sit there and say, it's going to cost us X to eat each week. Kids on these social programs where they get free lunch and things like that, I hate that. I hate that these kids, some of these kids live with poor parents, and because they're having a difficult time, the only meal that they get during the week is at school. That is tragic, guys. I learned that through Fran Glover, and think about this. September, Hunger Awareness Month, okay, which nobody knows about, okay? So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. I get a kick out of all this stuff. You're going to see major changes in business right before our eyes. You're going to see major changes with credit. You have to look at all your credit card statements right now. You have to look at this stuff because they're raising interest rates on you. They're charging you more fees. The yearly fees. Credit cards now, think about this. Some credit cards, not the top tier credit cards, the mid-tier and lower tier for people, are charging people monthly to report to the credit agencies. $12.50 a month? $16 a month. Imagine having a credit card where you're going to spend, as much as you do certain email programs and certain luxuries that you have in your house, just for them to report to the credit agencies. It's criminal, guys. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Let me know what you think. But let me show you a shot of the resort behind me. We walked a long way today. Okay. Share your thoughts, guys. I want to know what you think about all this stuff. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. And one thing that fascinates me is that some states, when large companies lay off a massive amount of people, they're supposed to report it to the state. Minnesota is one of those states. And there is an Amazon plant, a facility that is laying off 680 people in Shakopee. I just like saying Shakopee, so that's what made it memorable. But in Shakopee, 680 people are losing their job at Amazon, guys. This is horrific, guys. This is starting to be such a huge problem. And, as we hit February, you're going to see more and more people that are going to lose their jobs. These people lose their jobs in March. That's going to be their last day at the Amazon plant, which is horrible. My go-to gal for real estate in Las Vegas is Denise Sisana from Berkshire Hathaway. And she has like I talked about, a seasoned veteran, knows her stuff, sends me a great article today about the Savannah project in Summerlin, that they are giving $100,000 discounts on homes now. $100,000 discount. hey, make Summerlin your home, okay? And after talking to my friend in the foreclosure business and Denise, the three of us are going to get together in the next month, and we'll talk about the state of affairs with real estate and foreclosures and what's coming to Vegas. The final thing is one and only FedEx. FedEx just announced that they are cutting hundreds of more workers right now in the senior offices, and their demand is dropping, guys. 10% of the workers are going from senior management. That's crazy, guys. But the most important part of this whole thing with the story, and read it below, is that demand is dropping. People are not shipping anymore. And big companies, small companies, packages, freight, nothing. People are not shipping like they used to. This is the sign of the times as to how business is going to be in 2023. With all these layoffs, it's just not, hey, we're going to hire everybody again. This is it, guys. This is the beginning of a major crash, and everybody needs to get ready for it. You know, let me know. Do you guys think cash is trash, or is cash not trash anymore? You know, Ray Dalio, I mean, I'm telling you, he's going to get a lot of heat for this because they're going to bring up all the things he said in the past. And a very well-respected guy. You know, when you have $1 billion and you're not working anymore, I guess you can say whatever you want. But, you know, I'm all for hearing more from Ray Dalio. I'm all for Michael Burry and Greg Manarino getting together. I'm telling you right now, I'd moderate that in a second for those two. I think it would be great because they really are aligned in a lot of ways. But for, you know, sell now, okay, well, maybe that's it. Is it sell for 90 days from now? Is it sell for Thursday? Make a bold prediction, guys. That's what I want to do. I don't want to hear that this is, you know, we're going to continue with this through the next 6 months. So let me know what you think. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you guys like places like this that I go to, let me know. Oh, Pelican Hill sucks, Dan. Okay? I still can't believe they just let me walk around here like this. Haven't said boo yet. I will see you guys very soon.